What's up, guys? So today we got LeGarrette Blount throwback, but before I get to it, two shout outs to Che Dizzle and Dal Boone for helping me speed up this review, and also two shout outs to Dal Boone because he did help me with that Clinton Dix review and I completely forgot to shout him out, so I'm giving him two shout outs in this video. So here we go, guys. LeGarrette Blount throwback, 97 overall dual style ground and pound speed run style, 6 foot tall, 91 speed, 89 agility, 95 ball carry, 92 juke, 98 truck, 97 carry, 94 excel, and 88 elusiveness. Also has a 14 plus to ground and pound and a 14 plus to speed run. I actually saw that really late in the review, so that's a very big time boost to those styles. Also has a 90 spin and a 99 stiff arm, as well as a 77 catch. But anyways, guys, enough about the stats. Let me show you what this guy did on the field. So I tried to juke and spin with LeGarrette Blount. I had mild success. You know, it's not easy, but definitely not impossible. But I definitely do not recommend trying to lean on his juking and spinning abilities. These right here were just some of the few times I actually did pull it off. So definitely not someone that you would want to spin with, but that really should not come to a surprise to you guys. As far as trucking goes, that was a different story. Much more effective at trucking. Of course, he's going to have much more success going against corners, you know, than linebackers and so. But I definitely do not recommend trying to run to the outside too often unless you see like a huge opening. Stiff arming was a bit better, you know. Got a whole bunch of drags. I think that's what I got the most, more than anything. I did get a few nice whiplashes like here, these right here, but as nice as these look, man, I don't want you guys to think that I was getting these back to back to back to back. You know, these took a lot of attempts, so a lot of guys are asking me, you know, how do you get these whiplashes, man? It's all about timing, but trust me, you definitely need the right running back to do stuff like that with. As far as hands go, solid with the hands, you know. 77 catch. He was catching the ball as well as you would expect. He did have one nice little jump ball right here, but I definitely would not recommend trying to lean on him on a, you know, like on a clutch situation in traffic, but that's just my opinion. As far as the hit sticks go, I believe he took like 9 hit sticks total and only fumbled once, which to me, you know, the fumble does suck, you know, it does suck to fumble, but out of 9 attempts, to me, that's not that bad. That's a pretty solid percentage, so I can definitely say that fumbling the ball should not be a huge issue for you. This right here was that one fumble that I was referring to earlier. And as far as breaking tackles, well, once again, running up the middle is where I saw most of that success. I saw a few times he broke the tackle to the outside, but most of his broken tackles were going up the middle. This right here is just one of those few times where running to the outside was effective. So this as well, most running backs would have scored on this play, but that speed, man, is really the one thing holding him back. If he had like 95 or 96 speed, this guy would have been so much better. And this right here, man, went down the first hit a lot and sometimes didn't even fall forward when you think he would have. So his, you know, playing was very sporadic. That's the best way to put it. You know, he was just all over the place. It's almost like on one drive he would play so well, and on the second drive he wouldn't even try to put up a fight. It was just so sporadic. He was all over the place. So definitely not a top running back. You know, I saw this a lot no matter who I was playing, but that's not to say that you cannot have success with him. This is how you should do it if you do pick up Blount. Run up the middle. Like I said, he was breaking tackles and trucking and stiff arming pretty well. So if you want to get the most out of it, run up the middle like this. You'll truck through people, you run through people, get those very tough yards. I was definitely going to be comparing him to Toby Gerhart, and I definitely feel Gerhart is much, much better. But like I said, you can definitely be successful with Blount if you use him right. So I definitely recommend checking him out if you need a power back to only. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this review. My final thoughts, do I think he's worth 40,000? I feel like he's worth about half of that, and come to think of it, Gerhart goes for like 16,000. So if you had to choose between these two, I would definitely say go with Gerhart. But you know, if you're a bigger fan of Blount, I completely understand. Definitely not a top 5 or top 10 running back, possibly a top 10 power back, possibly, if you're just gonna run him up the middle. So my next review on offense, guys, is going to be that movers tight end Bennett, and defense, it's either going to be the signature Richard Sherman or the KJ Wright final edition. It really depends on the auction because there's only one Richard Sherman and he's on a bidding war right now, so I gotta wait till this timer runs out to see if I can get him or not. So anyways, guys, I'll let you know who I'm going to be reviewing on defense very soon, and I'll see you boys for those reviews. Peace.